Good evening, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. Welcome here to the Sports Talk Network channel, and welcome specifically to the Monday Night Raw review here for August 21st, 2017. Just ended here. A little bit ago. Monday Night Raw, pretty good Raw after SummerSlam. WWE's starting to see like a lot of Raw after WrestleMania. It certainly will be interesting to see how everything goes down that way and how things go moving forward here from Monday Night Raw brand after SummerSlam and all the craziness and all the title changes that happened on the show. But specifically here, as we're talking about Monday Night Raw, and I'm sure I'll say the same thing again tomorrow, talking about SmackDown Live. When talking about SmackDown Live tomorrow, we'll discuss those new champions and things going on over there. But here tonight, main thing talked about. Starting off the show, Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman coming out on a promo. I guess they are saying WWE. Hello, he actually retained the title. He's actually still the Universal Champion. As much as I Roman Reigns to win and become the champion, that was not the case. Brock successfully retained the Universal Championship. So she's to him. Braun Strowman comes out, confronts him. She beats him up and finished the segment there with him with the title over time. Braun's grasp. So I guess you're going to have that match at No Mercy, which is the next Raw pay-per-view after SummerSlam here. We'll have Brock Lesnar and Braun Strowman for the Universal Championship. I mean, as a general, I think it is that Braun will probably take the championship then, at SummerSlam happening here, and then Brock going away doing other things, which I understand, but I would think that maybe be somebody else but Braun to be the champion. But if it is Braun, it's Braun. And move forward from there. Enzo Amore defeats Big Cass in a Brooklyn Street Fight. Now that's interesting because when finally finish off this freaking feud and move forward. Now even the way that it ended, say that, you know what I mean? Go from there. Yeah, it's interesting though. Big Cass seemed like he got injured. He shouldn't. He got injured his knee and missed a big boot, tumbling over the ropes like he does sometimes. And even when he hits his big boot, he sometimes, whether it's overselling on connecting it or not, he tumbles over the ring when he big boots somebody out of the ring. And that kind of set up. This one he just missed, tumbled. Then Cass still tried to come back to set up. Ends up with the Empire Elbow. His knee gives away, and I'm going, could this be a real legit injury to Big Cass? Not now, not ever. We're finally ending this feud and moving on to something bigger and better for Big Cass, or at least I think so. So, me hopes it's nothing serious. Me hopes it's a good thing. But, I don't know if it is real, and if he is, could be out any more than a couple of weeks, let alone a month or more. It's interesting. But anyway, leading the ref to call off the match and awarding the victory to Enzo Amore, getting the win over Big Cass in the Brooklyn Street Fight here on Monday Night Raw. In the Barclays Center, next up, Nia Jax was squashing the lovely Emma. After Emma backstage grumbling about Nia Jax stealing her opportunities and this and that, and Nia Jax being right there almost eavesdropping, or at least it made it seem that way. And then give it a chance there to face her. It was a hashtag give Emma a chance as well, and it's a hashtag give Emma CPR, as you said. But either way, Nia Jax trying to start building her up again. Still think she should have been the one to face Alexa Bliss at SummerSlam, but it is what it is. Sasha Banks the champion. Hopefully, she'll only be a champion for one full week, and next week, Raw, Alexa Bliss can win back the championship. And what could happen there is you could have Bayley, who wasn't even on the show period tonight at all, unless I missed it, have her turning heel then. If they're having this rematch now and using the rematch clause early and not having the rematch at the pay-per-view like usual, as much as people don't like WrestleMania or pay-per-view after pay-per-views after SummerSlam, which are rematch central WrestleMania. And as to that, because in that case, in this case, specifically, it would make sense to have Alexa Bliss wanting to wait to the pay-per-view, wanting to have her moment getting the title back at or to start reclaiming the chapter. But if since it's actually happening next week, like legitimately, I wonder if that could be the case, or it could just be the other case of Alexa Bliss losing and leading to something else. Nia Jax, maybe? Makes sense because it's the way that she's been booked lately in her own right. But losing such brings to become the number one contender. The week of SummerSlam and the go home show. So I don't know. Certainly going to be interesting in that way. Thanks for our welcome, Ronnie, Uncle Ruckus, here to the live chat. See them together there. Moving forward here on Monday Night Raw, or at least what's happening on the card of Monday Night Raw. Elias Sampson facing R-Truth and defeating him. Whatever match to me, but good for both of them. Hey, they're on the show, so can't complain, right? Intercontinental Champion, The Miz and Samoa Joe confronting John Cena and Roman Reigns. Kurt Angle was going to come out. I thought Kurt Angle was actually going to come out to the ring. Again, I live streamed a live reaction to this segment specifically earlier in the night when this segment happened about it, and I said even there that I thought Kurt Angle was going to come to the ring, have this announcement, and say other things, and then a superstar would be either a call up from NXT or it would be John Cena or this and that. But the way things have set up here with Samoa Joe, Roman Reigns, and John Cena, along with Intercontinental Champion The Miz there in the ring, I don't think it's genius to put 2 and 2 together to make those 4 to make a fatal 4-way match for the Intercontinental Championship at No Mercy. You had a fatal 4-way for the Universal title, which Roman Reigns and Samoa Joe were part of. Now they get to be part of another fatal 4-way. The next Raw pay-per-view, the next pay-per-view they're part of at No Mercy for the Intercontinental Championship. Obviously, that's not confirmed yet, like the WWE or the WWE Universal title matches, but I have a feeling it shall be here pretty soon. Because I think that pay-per-view was only 2 weeks away or 3 weeks, whatever, not too long away. That's why matches, at least one match has already been confirmed. Another match I'm sure will. So with short turnaround heading into another pay-per-view, as it is now in the WWE with the brand extension, then it's certainly going to be interesting in that way. Uncle Ruck is saying here, SmackDown having a pay-per-view on December 17th, but WWE doesn't know what to name it. Interesting. How about we bring back WWE Judgment Day? I don't know. Have something interesting. I was going to say like Bash at the Beach or Halloween Havoc, but that's in December. You would have Halloween Havoc in October. Or late September at least. So, no. But I don't know. It would be interesting. You would think they would have these, especially for the whole entire year or calendar or WWE season, planned out and named these pay-per-views. Unless they want to be a surprise. That's why it's TBA for now, to be announced, because they're making a grand thing when they announce whatever that pay-per-view is. So it could be a returning one from Blast from the Past, something for those times, or whatever other reason they're doing it. You never know. Something you think might be a special reason, and the end was just logistical reasons or venue not wanting to announce it yet reasons, even though that would kind of be stupid too, because you're going to get people there. So I don't know. Sometimes when you think it's a bigger reason, in the end, in WWE world, here in the WWE universe, it absolutely isn't. It's unfortunate, but it be what it be. Yeah, I don't know about that. Ronnie is saying you should name it great, or you call it great balls of shit. Armageddon. It'd be nice to see Armageddon back. We already have Backlash back. If only they brought back the stage for that. Cedric Alexander, Rich Swann, Mustafa Ali, and Grand Metalik defeat Noam Dar, Daivari, Tony Nese, and Drew Gulak. Cruiserweight match. Have them all in one match. It's what it is. I could care less for them on Raw. Again, as I keep saying here on this These Monday Night reviews, since I've done them now for a month, over a month now, and as I say on the podcast show, Steve's Wrestling Ramble, they should stay on 205 Live, try to build from there, but it be what it be, and we move on. Not saying I don't care at all, but I kind of don't care. It's just, you had Neville, who now is, again, the Cruiserweight champion. You got rid of one of your best ones by releasing him. Don't want to say his name, I don't want to bring up, but it kind of is, and being aggravated, but it is unfortunate. And now you have this rest of the Cruiserweight division, which can be good, like Grand Metalik. He's a superstar, part of the Cruiserweight Classic. His match was the very first match of the whole entire thing. It kicked off the Cruiserweight Classic. And I became an instant fan of his from that match. Then when you come to Monday Night Raw, Cruiserweights are coming to Raw exclusive, this and that. He did sign with WWE. And where the heck is he, And now randomly out of nowhere, like an RKO out of nowhere, he's now on Raw. He's in this multi-man tag match. I mean, I don't hate it, but I also wonder why. And if you want to throw people just into the Cruiserweight Championship situation, storyline, then why don't we have Grand Metalik do so? I mean, he's as worthy as all the other ones. And the way that the Cruiserweight division did start off with so many champions in a short amount of time, and now with the hot potatoing a little bit there between Akira Tozawa and Neville here, most recently, I don't know. Like I said, they just need to sort that stuff out in the Cruiserweight division. And again, like I said, 205 Live, letting them just be there, grow, and have good matches and segments there. There's its own show. Let it grow there. Let it really grow. I don't know. That's just what I would say about that for sure. Next up, Raw Tag Team Champions Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins come out there, and the Hardy Boys come out. I don't know. Maybe we might have this as a tag team title match for No Mercy, but we just had this as an impromptu match on Monday Night Raw, and the tag team champions, of course, as you would think they would, especially new tag team champions. So we're here from Monday Night Raw, get the win. Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose can win over Jeff over the Hardy Boys. Pretty good match. I certainly enjoyed it, obviously. Just wonder where it's going to go from here. Will it be them, or will it be those two teams? Will it be Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose against the Hardy Boys? Or are they just going to throw somebody else in there? I would hope that to be the case because, again, short time between now and the next pay-per-view, which is the next pay-per-view being the Raw exclusive brand pay-per-view, I do believe. So, No Mercy, like I said, I think it's 2-3 weeks away. It's not too far away already. Now start building things, and for this specific division and this specific situation, it would be great to see these two teams face off for the titles. You have Dean and Seth go over and get the win, but you still whatever the Hardy Boys trying to get the gold, and if they lose, then you can have this whole bring it back maybe, or people will be talking about leading up to the No Mercies if the Hardy Boys lose, I can get them upset in a way, and then they have the broken characters. But we'll certainly see how that goes moving forward. Alexa Bliss confronting the new Raw Women's Champion Sasha Banks. Alexa facing her next week. As I said, hopefully Alexa gets the win. And Bayley turns heel. Bayley and Sasha at No Mercy on the way to build that pay-per-view. Like I always say, WWE should focus on building their other pay-per-views just as much as they do try to. And have great stack cards for SummerSlam and WrestleMania. And the others in the Big Five pay-per-views in WWE schedule. So that would be interesting to say the least, because then who would you have in the title match? You still have Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax in that match? Is the only one that could beat Nia Jax, at least lately, being Sasha Banks, and Sasha Banks already tied up with Bayley at that point if that happens next week. So, and then also at No Mercy, you would have two women's matches, one for the Raw Women's Championship and one in its own storyline. Sasha Banks versus Bayley 1-on-1. Raw champion Alexa Bliss, who would be a 2-time Raw champion, 2-time SmackDown Live champion, in a roundabout way, 4-time women's champion in total, as much as Sasha's a 4-time Raw women's champion, which is what it is. Anyways, hopefully that is what happens next week. But I have a feeling it won't be. Banks is just going to win, and this just being moved out of the way. I'm still a little bit confused on that because, again, why not just have this match at No Mercy for the rematch and have Sasha win then and retain, as we would think, right? So, I don't know. You never know how that could go. It could go the simple way of her just to retain and them getting this out of the way, the rematch. But why would they need to rush it to get out of the way? Who's really the big fee-fi-fo-fum-fo to face Sasha Banks at No Mercy that they already want to fast track book to that said pay-per-view? Like I said, it's not too far away. But I'm sure looking forward to next week, see how that match goes down. Jason Jordan facing Finn Balor earlier tonight. Jason, he was his dad, Kurt Angle, backstage wanting a match with Finn Balor, and he gets it. Oh, next pay-per-view is a SmackDown? Oh, I thought it was a long Raw. I don't know. I'm sometimes confused with the pay-per-views when they're actually scheduled. But either way, we'll certainly see how things go here, especially specifically with the Raw Women's Championship. But like I said here, Finn Balor defeating Jason Jordan. Jason good stuff, but yeah, you know you're not going to have Finn losing, especially after Finn getting the win over Bray Wyatt the night before. I guess finishing up that feud. And moving forward from there, didn't see Bray Wyatt at all himself. So, and you have the main event, Samoa Joe and The Miz versus Roman Reigns and John Cena. Reigns accidentally hitting Cena with a Superman punch, trying to go for Joe. But Reigns and Cena win in the end. John Cena hitting yeah on The Miz, 1, 2, 3, and Raw goes off the air with Cena looking at Reigns a little funny there because of what happened. Like I said, Fatal 4-Way at No Mercy, whenever that will be. Fatal 4-Way for the Intercontinental Championship, I think, should be what that be for the Intercontinental. I mean, heck, you had The Miz with the Miz Trash in their match against Jason Jordan and the Hardy Boys. Not only on the kickoff show, but the first match of the kickoff show, there was barely anybody in seats, like 2 people in the stadium, let alone those that might be in the rock seats that you can't see. Who knows? You know, very limited crowd, almost like they were at a GFW show on a house show. So, but then again, maybe that was done for a reason, right? You know, everything happens for a reason, at least in WWE and the way they book things. Maybe they asked them not to open the doors yet, and to have that happen because that's building their storyline. That's part of their storyline with The Miz. I don't know. Maybe I'm giving WWE too much credit, maybe saying that, but just saying it to say it for sure, and just my opinion there. That could have been the case there because then you had The Miz talking about Kurt Angle and the WWE exclusive thing and this and that during the show of SummerSlam. And then what happened tonight, you know, and everything, and how everything is piecing together heading into No Mercy with you know, in the aftermath of SummerSlam. So who knows? Who knows what goes on in WWE's heads? And specifically Vince McMahon and Triple H. So we just have to see where it goes, right? See where it goes. Judge it after the fact sort of thing, like after we see how everything unfolds, then judge it in the middle of it when we don't know the end game or the end results like they do, or you would hope they do, you know, in booking terms. But, excuse me. That is it for my Raw review. Unfortunately, my team members were unable to join me tonight, but I thank my team members, in a way, here in the live chat, Jay Thomas, Uncle Ruckus, Ronnie S., and others that may have been watching live but didn't want to interact, which I understand, because sometimes I even do that when I'm watching live on other people's videos. But I appreciate those that did. Welcome, everybody that is watching live or archive. Welcome to like the video, share the video, all the other fun stuff. If you haven't already subscribed, you know what to do. Subscribe and ring that bell as well, so you know when videos are going live and then posted to the channel. Now the team's not here. Usually they're usually not here for these reviews, Raw or SmackDown Live, and then they show up for the podcast episode on Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. So, hey, that's their prerogative. They have other things going on too, I'm sure, and school I think starting soon for them. So, good for them. But anyways, again, hope everybody has a great rest of your evening. I'll be back here tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Central, 11 p.m. Eastern for the SmackDown Live review. Also, welcome to find the Facebook fan page. If you are on Facebook, find the Facebook fan page for Steve's Wrestling Ramble. Just search it in that way and give it a like. I'm trying to be more active there. So definitely people are welcome to check it out and give it a like. But again, stay safe, have fun, and as always, take care.